All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thursday night football. Cardinals hosting the Saints. Cardinals 1.5 point favorites. The totals at 45. We got a few plays to jump into today. The mic is a little bit closer to my face, having some mount issues. Maybe it sounds better because it's closer, but if it's obscuring your view of this lovely Fade Me sweatshirt that you can find on GuyBostonSports.com/store, I'm sorry about that. What can you do? We're making do with what we got here, but we got a few plays to jump into today. But before we do that, guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about Sportsline here. Sportsline is the sponsor of the show. Sportsline is a great place to start your sports betting research. They simulate each and every game 10,000 times. It's not just for NFL. It's for NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, college football. You name the sport, they have the prediction tool. So 10,000 simulations for each game, so you can start your research off on the right foot. They also have experts giving their picks on the site and projected box scores for any player props or DFS fanatics and everything like that. So make sure to check out Sportsline in the description. Use that link and you can get 3 months of Sportsline. 1, 2, 3 months of Sportsline for $4.99. It's usually a $25 value. So use that link in the description. And this is very important. Use the link in the description and check out the promo code that pops up. It's ever changing. So just use that link in the description. You'll get the promo code right in front of your eyeballs. But yeah, guys, let's jump into this game. Like I said, Cardinals 1.5 point favorites. The total is at 45 right now. If you guys think that you have a great play on this game, make sure to use hashtag ride of the day in the comments here. We'll move that around live time. Hashtag ride of the day in the comments. Give me a play and I may be jumping on board with one of you guys in the comments. And if I do jump on board with you, you guys will get a shout out, win or loss. But all right, guys, let's jump into this. My first play on the game. Now, I think that this is a Saints game, okay? That's going to be my lean. Before I give my plays, we will throw that in the graphics in a second, but the lean here is going to be the Saints. When you look at any DVOA stat, offense, defense, overall, passing, rushing, the Saints pretty much trump the Cardinals here when it comes to DVOA statistics. Now, what I will say is that it's pretty marginal, but they are still better in almost every single statistic. But where I found the edge here is when it comes to, and I'm not knocking the Saints defense, but when it comes to the offense that the Saints are allowing when they play against teams here. So our first play is going to be Cardinals team total over 22.5. Now, there's a couple reasons why I want to jump into this play. First and foremost, the Cardinals not even averaging 20 points per game this season. And you're probably thinking, Ev, why are you taking their team total? Well, pretty much because that is why their team total is so low at 22.5, because they are yet to do this. But when you look into the Saints defense, they are allowing the 4th most points. They're 31st in opponents' yards per point, which is pretty damn important to look at. That shows that teams are going all over the field against the Saints here. So the Saints defense, while they do have some players on that defense, it really isn't a defense that holds other teams to low scoring totals here. So I do like the Cardinals team total over 22.5 points. Like I said, I still think the Saints are probably the play at plus 1.5 here. So I'm not taking Cardinals minus 1.5. I'm not taking Cardinals money line. But in terms of a final play, I do really like Cardinals team total over 22. I think you're getting value because they haven't really shown it this year, but you know that they do have some offensive weapons. So you're getting value, 1. And 2, the defense they're going up against does allow a lot of points. Next play, we do have Chris Olave under 5.5 receptions. Now, this is realistically just stemming from the fact that he's coming back from a head injury, didn't play last week, he's coming back, and 6 receptions is a lot to ask for someone like him. Now, he definitely has had plenty of receptions this year. I'm not going to knock how good he's been. He's been an amazing rookie, getting a lot of targets and a lot of receptions. This is just some value found with the idea in mind that he is coming back from injury. And I guess it's worth noting too, prior to this, out of the 5 games that he had played, he's only hit this over once this season. And again, he is getting a lot of targets, so this could backfire. But this is a guy that's coming off of injury and really has not hit this over in a while. Recent games here as well. Arizona held DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett under receptions. AJ Brown under receptions here. Robbie Anderson, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, Tyler Higbee, who's a reception monster. These guys are holding their Arizona Cardinals holding their receivers onto under receptions there. That didn't really make sense. But Devontae Adams, another name to throw in there as well. So I do think that there's plenty of value in this one, especially because we're getting a guy coming off of injuries. Now we're going to get into a couple leans. My first lean is Kyler Murray over rushing yards of 32.5 here. Now, this season, Kyler Murray, not necessarily crushing that number. He has crushed it multiple times, but this is more or less going to go back to the Saints defense here. Joe Burrow hit his over. He had 25 yards last week. Earlier in the year, Marcus Mariota had 77 rushing yards against the Saints defense. I know Kyler Murray is much more mobile, much better of a runner than either of those two guys. And I think 32.5 yards is totally doable. He could do that on 1 or 2 rushes here. So I do lean Kyler Murray over 32.5 rush yards. Make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment. That is where you'll know if I do end up locking this one in, just like this next lean. And I've already talked about it. Saints plus 1.5. I think the Saints are overall the better team, but I do think that there's some question marks still in my brain there, so it's not a final play just yet. But make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment, guys. These are the plays to the left here. We got the Cardinals team total over 22.5. Chris Olave under 5.5 receptions. Those are the only 2 locks I have right now, and then we're leaning Kyler and leaning the Saints there. Hopefully you guys do enjoy that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new, like the video as well, and use hashtag ride of the day in the comments if you guys have a play for me. But until next time, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.